Hello, warm
Hello.
welcome. Warm welcome to Becca here in this open exploration, so to speak. Thank you for reaching out.
Thank you. Lovely to be here.
My first question, let me see how to start. Probably, what brought you here? I mean, in generally, yeah, you messaged me and we had a conversation, and then we set up a meeting and we showed up here, and obviously we're having a meeting. But what was that which pulled you towards the post I shared in Unleashed group? Because you know, there are, I don't know how many, probably more than 1,000 people there, and yeah, not everyone is keen to do this. I mean, to have a closer look, and also to be exposed, in a way, like open in,
Yeah,
in YouTube, let's say. So what brought you? What pulled you?
Yeah, I suppose curiosity. I think when I went through Liberation Unleashed, it was 4 years ago. And I don't know many people that have been through this process. So I'm also keen to look at how I can be a guide and help others. And so I was interested in the process of doing this virtually, because when I completed LU, it was all online, so I'd never actually spoke to my guide. Yeah, so that was 4 years ago, and it was 4 months the process of every day writing to somebody. So yeah, I think I was just curious to meet somebody else that had also gone through the process and the work that you're doing, and find out a little bit more about it, and to explore more deeply, and yeah, just see what comes up in the moment. And I think I also joined the Feta Free group at the same time, and so I was keen to understand a bit more about that and the fetters and things, desires that are still coming up, and yeah, see where it goes, really.
Lovely. So how life flows, basically, these 4 years, when apparently there is no time, but yeah, how life flows. What's happening with that feeling that Becca is doing here, this and that, going here and there, living her best life?
Yeah, I think it just feels.
What's the experience in day to day, let's say?
I think, well, it feels like life is just happening, and it's sort of in the flow. And I used to plan quite a lot of my life, and always have plans for the weekends. And this has totally fallen away to a point where it's actually a problem, because
Yeah.
I don't make plans anymore. So where other people might like to make plans, so that can be a problem for some people. Yeah, so yeah, I think I've definitely noticed a difference with sort of the self-talk that used to happen, especially in my work. Kind of like having imposter syndrome, that fell away immediately, and I had less thoughts around not being in the right job and things like that. So that was really interesting. But yeah, I think life is just happening, and I'm always open to new experiences, and I think seeking definitely fell away. And so,
but there is curiosity, right?
Yeah, there is
like you mentioned.
Yeah, definitely. That's still there. I think yeah, I think I got a little bit like really obsessed with self-inquiry and wanting to know. And so that was a huge mission for a few years to understand. And then, yeah, since LU, it kind of just stopped. And I stopped my yoga practice. I stopped meditating and stopped reading every book I could find on the subject.
Yeah. So so familiar, so familiar.
Mm,
And at a certain moment, something can happen. Like yoga can happen also. Reading a book
mm,
can happen,
mm.
but it's not like, yeah, there is no importance like
Yeah,
it used to be. Mm.
yeah.
I'm curious that you mentioned something about desires in general, let's say, but is there something wrong in that, or is there a belief that to have a desire is something not so, let's say, spiritual or non-dual or not good?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe there is something there around
Hmm.
that. So if we using the word enlightenment, whatever that means. Um, yeah, I think there is a belief that sort of desires would fall away, and
Hmm.
yeah, mm,
Nice, interesting though.
yeah,
And what if space opens up and there is an innocent inner impulse slash desire, probably, I don't know, and that's the joy, that's the juice of life, that's the aliveness, and
mm,
and from this we can just move, not we, but life moves and dance and expresses.
yeah. That feels exciting.
Yeah, yeah, because probably we have so many, like we accumulate so many beliefs around desires because, yeah, I don't know it. I think it was Buddha who said, or
Mm,
according to Buddha, that's equal to suffering. And I guess probably not only Buddha, but all the sages and wise ones,
mm,
they pointed out the desires on the behalf of so-called ego, or the idea of a separate self, the idea of me. So the desire to be better, to be best, to achieve, to do, to have more, to, I don't know. But yeah, no one is speaking about this innocence in the desire of just having a conversations like that, recording those conversations and just enjoying that process. I mean, living in the midst of that in innocent desire.
yeah,
I don't see any wrongness here. I can't feel something wrong here.
yeah,
I guess you can also confirm that there is something, like there is sweetness in that. It's not
yeah.
wrong.
It feels like an aliveness, and yeah, it feels like I had put this belief on that desire is wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, actually, desire is also life. This is life.
Mm,
Can be life.
mm, yeah, yeah. That feels more open
Yeah,
to
moreover,
realize that.
yeah, because if we put these constrictions like mm, yeah, no desire, that's bad, whatever. It's like feels like that.
Mm,
Whether the experience is like open, there are no restrictions.
yeah, yeah. Definitely feels more freeing.
Yeah, yeah. Mm. And there is enjoyment in that, and also lightness is felt,
Mm,
and we all know that when we are moved by something true, and out there things happen easily. There is always support in different ways, showing up, support, help.
Yeah.
This is not happening by chance, by mistake. There are no mistakes.
Yeah, it's all connected. Yeah, definitely feels like that.
Yeah. Oh. And because you mentioned also better work, I'm not so familiar. Let's say a little bit, just a little bit. Mm. Of course, there is nothing wrong with anything. Ultimately, there is nothing wrong with anything. And patterns are also part of life, how life appears as looking like several 10, I don't know, 10 feathers, how each feather appears in our own experience, so to speak. And looking that as a tool and as something like interesting is fine, but believing that there is something in the end of the 10th feather is also a hook, like it's a trap. That there is an end, and once I reach that end after the 10th feather, yeah. And of course that's also part of life.
Yeah, there's definitely freedom in that.
Freedom to play, to explore, to try different things, different modalities.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how, yeah, there are a few questions which are circulating here, and I just wonder all the time, like what will going to be said. So that sense of self coming back from time to time, when it is coming back, do you notice something in some kind of a situations, or if a trigger happens, or some negative or unpleasant, not negative, unpleasant sensation? Here, a sense of self uh, seems to arise when let's say I need to go in some institutions like bank or something like that, and I need to fill some documents and there is this like tough energy, like the energy there is like very condensed and like very, and as if everything is pointing that there is someone here, and it feels like oh. And yeah, this is the place when a memory of a sense of self comes back, but it's just seeing that it's a memory. There's nothing there. Nothing. So what can you share? What's happening in your own direct experience?
Yeah, I think there was irritation with my living situation. And yeah, I noticed yeah, just feeling quite angry, I suppose, and irritable about little things that happened. And so yeah, I guess I was triggered by some behaviors, and yeah, it felt all consuming in my thoughts. And it definitely felt like there was a sense of self that didn't want to be in that situation anymore and wanted to change the situation. Yeah. Which did actually happen in the end. So yeah, I think like you say, with the negative feelings, it's when it comes, when the sadness that arises.
Hmm.
There's a thought about wanting to change the situation, or trying to avoid the sadness, or making stories about why I might be sad. Yeah.
And what to do to prevent sadness from happening? Always circumstances should change, not I don't have to look what's happening here. Always it's out there.
Mm,
Mhm. Yeah, but the fact that there are unpleasant sensations, they're not happening because there is a self. There never was a self.
mm, yeah. Yeah.
So what's happening in these situations? Um how long takes, let's say, to notice what's going on?
Um, yeah. Well, I've just had a couple of days of sadness, which I think is hormone related. And so, yeah, I might wake up and sadness is there, and then I'll feel the sadness, um, and try to feel into it. But my mind automatically goes to, why am I feeling sad, and creating a story.
Mm-hmm.
And so, um, yeah, I think I recognize the thoughts quicker.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, and yeah, coming back to more that it's a feeling, sadness is here, sadness is arising, rather than
Yeah.
there is anybody that is sad.
Mm-hmm. Is it
Mm.
easier to feel sadness, or there is a resistance to fully be sad, let's say?
Mm.
Because
Yeah, I think.
the resistance also showing up. This is one of the, how to say, one of the tricks. It's not a trick, but yeah, when there is a resistance, there is definitely an identity there formulating. So is there a resistance to feel the sadness
Mm.
as it's showing up?
Yeah, I think sometimes when the daily life needs to happen, when you've got to, go to work and, you know, um, carry on.
Mm,
But if I know that if I do that, then there is a point where it comes out. It doesn't stay.
exactly. It cannot stay. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And then once it comes out, I feel, and I felt it and released it, then it moves on, and and I feel better.
Mm.
Mm.
So seeing through the self illusion doesn't mean that negative emotions are not happening or not an experience. This is one of the misconceptions that are circulating here and there.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I recognize that as awareness, we are experiencing everything, and so there is more awareness of the sadness that's arising.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Mm.
And what's happening when anger arises?
Um, yeah, I think anger is a different one, because sadness I feel able to express,
Mm-hmm.
and anger comes out maybe through feeling irritable and
Mm-hmm.
not always being able to express it to, or not. Yeah, maybe there is a belief around there about anger being bad, and
Yeah, yeah, and suppressed. That's why
yeah,
suppressed.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, this is conditioned, like we are conditioned women. We have easy access to sadness, but not so easy access to anger. Whether the male, the men, they have easy access to anger and not so easy access to sadness.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, suppressed anger is also what was going on here. Like I didn't know, I was not aware at all that something like that was happening.
Mm.
Yeah,
And
and by saying anger, I don't mean like that anger should arises and be expressed towards someone or something. The capability to feel the anger when it is here, because anger is power, is strength. This is our strength. This is our, yeah, power. I'm here. Definitely, I'm here as I am. This is what am I? And I definitely have right to be here exactly as I am. This is anger. It's like, oh,
yeah. Yeah, this does feel part of my journey to sort of embrace that.
yeah. Sooner or later, it is coming. It cannot not be embraced in a way. It's calling all the time, all the time. All the triggers which are happening seemingly out there with the, like, I used to be very angry at people who, like, I was judging people who were freely express anger. There was a judgment here that's bad. That's bad. Of course, that's bad because they are pointing here, and I don't want to look what's going on here.
Yeah.
It's easier to say, "Oh, that's so bad."
Yeah.
You see the subtlety, like it's very subtle, and all these triggers are pointing to feel the anger here.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. This is something that's coming up for me at the moment in my life.
Lovely, lovely. Yeah, we cannot escape. It doesn't matter how long we are playing and pretending, we cannot escape. Sooner or later, something comes up. So would you like to share something more about that? I mean, not story, there is no need to go into the story or details, but what's the experience? Like, what did you notice in your own direct experience, how anger showing up or how it wants to shows up?
Yeah, I suppose when I am around somebody else that's angry, if they're angry at somebody and telling me a story, I feel the anger and it feels painful, especially if I'm feeling vulnerable.
Oh, yeah.
And so I really feel the pain of that anger against somebody else. It's almost like it's directed towards me. And yeah, it feels hard to be with that. And to hold somebody else's anger. And then, well, yeah, I also feel for the other person that they might be angry at.
Yeah, and without a story that someone else is angry at someone else, there is only a raw sensation, which has the right to be here as it is.
Yeah.
Without going to the story, there is nothing wrong with anything. And here and this is how anger can be fully accepted and allowed to be. When there is a feeling of an anger arising at something, and the best way to be with that is just to curiously put attention there and even ask what do you want to say, like what do you want, and then the sensation will respond something, probably not with a word, probably an image will come, probably there will be movement of the body and shaking or something, or grabbing a cushion and screaming in the cushion.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just energy which wants to express.
Mm-hmm.
And usually anger, when anger comes, it clears the space. There is so much space after anger is allowed to be expressed.
Mm.
Yeah, it's not coming by mistake.
Mm-hmm.
No one is angry by mistake. Like, oh, this person is very easily like triggered or easily get angry. No, it's just has the right to be there and a reason usually.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah, we have been taught that to be angry is something bad. This is how we suppressed our power, our strength.
Mm.
I was told that being a girl, it's not okay to be angry, to like to be furious.
Yeah.
And no one is guilty about that, of course. This is how society is circulating. This is social conditioning as well.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah, and a real awakening for me, or embodiment or deepening, is to not close our eyes that there is so much conditioning going on or playing, because it is the conditioning which moves us through life. Yes, there is no self there, but life flowing due to conditioning.
Mm.
And when we are curious and open to see what's going on, then we can rewrite, figuratively, I don't know if that's correct word, rewrite or build or put a new way of behaving or acting or living life.
Mm. Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah, we all know that. It's just not something new. It's and because the taste of freedom is so yummy, so sweet, and once we start, there is no turning back. I recently spoke with someone who said, "Oh, I will forget that." No, how could you forget something like that? It's once you taste it, you can't forget.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm.
Is there something you would like to take a look or to explore or to share?
Mm.
Whatever comes up at the moment.
Yeah, I think I'm just thinking about the anger thing, and how
Right.
somebody
Nice,
how,
very nice.
how somebody expressed themselves towards me, and they were angry about a decision I'd made which impacted their life, and this was about the living situation, and they expressed their anger at me towards the decision. Yeah, I suppose maybe there was judgments from me around the way they were expressing themselves wasn't how I would have expressed myself and communicated, because they had this short outburst of anger, and yeah, I suppose it's more the judgment that is the bit to explore.
Yeah, as if you're responsible for the way someone else will react. You have no
Mm,
responsibility whatsoever.
mm,
You can't
yeah.
you can't help. You can't. influence. Only, I mean, the way they react is the way they react.
Yeah. I suppose I made a choice not to be around it.
This is a smart choice. Yeah, this is wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Wisdom in action.
Mm.
Sometimes when we are like close to a place where anger is so much, and there is a wisdom to move on, move apart from that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's wisdom.
Yeah.
But you have no responsibility whatsoever about for the way someone reacts. Yeah, this is their experience, and their experience is also totally valid as what's happening here, seemingly. There is nothing wrong with any of those experiences.
Yeah.
Hello. There is a friend coming here, so sweet. Let me show you. Hello. Hi.
Oh, hello.
So innocent.
One other thing that keeps coming is the lack of ability to make decisions.
Oh, so sweet.
So, for example, there's a festival happening this weekend, and yeah, I really can't decide whether to go or not.
Yeah.
And it happened over the weekend. There was something a parade on Sunday, and I was like thinking, I don't even know whether I'm going to be going, but I'm getting ready, and I was putting all this sequins on my face. And I said to my friend, I still don't know whether I'm going, but I'm actually ready to go. And they said, it looks like you're going, just go. So it's almost like it's just happening, and I'm not able to make the decision.
Yeah, you didn't make any decision ever. No one else make any decision ever. So this decision seemingly happened. Okay, like
Yeah.
you beautifully notice. Usually thoughts are narrating, like arguing, or let's say not arguing, but listing pros and cons, like should I go or no? Like, if I go and then this may happen. If I don't go, and they are
Yeah.
and at a certain moment, the decision or whatever is happening, regardless of any thoughts. No one here in the thoughts is making the decision. There is no one making the decision. Just thoughts making us like a story of something like, and the decision, like the choice, seeming choice, is happening. And yeah, and it's simple. But where I'm curious about this concern that, yeah, there is a concern that you cannot make a decision. Is it like that?
Yeah, because people want to know whether I'm coming or not.
Okay. Okay.
And I actually don't know whether I'm going. I've booked the time off work. I've not bought a ticket, but I could be I think I could go. I might not go. I just don't know whether I'm going to go yet.
Yeah, you will know at the moment when it happens.
Yeah.
So there is also wisdom can be applied here. You can talk with your closest friends that this is the situation right now, and you will let them know at the moment if it is happening. If it is not happening, they will also know. So this will help to not have so much pressure on that. Because if someone else is expecting you to say exactly, precisely tomorrow or 2 days ago, this puts a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
And then just relax and notice how thoughts are playing their game. And no one is in the game, just the game. And also, when there is no attention of what's going on here, when the attention is here, a real inner desire of what exactly I want to do at this very moment will come. It will arise softly, like maybe it's something like when I go in the shop and I don't know what I'm going to cook or eat. I don't know what I'm going to buy today. I just don't know. And when I look and there is this yeah, I feel like I'm eating chicken today. Let's say, I don't know. This is just an example. So it's something like that. If there is no much like attention, what's happening here, we don't care at all. So the attention is dropping deep here, and yeah, let's see.
Yeah.
With an openness that if there is a yes to something, a yes can become no at any moment, or no can become yes at any moment. This is also freedom.
Yeah. I suppose the question is, has the decision already been made?
Yeah, exactly. There is we can say that there is an inner knowing already what's going to happen. There is inner knowing. There is no one to know, but there is a knowing of what's happening.
Yeah.
And that knowing, that presence, that stillness has no problem when the decision is going to be made, how, of whatever.
Yeah.
Of course, it can be frustrating for some folks, but that's life.
Is this a common thing in
It
your
is.
experience?
Yeah. I won't say it is a common thing. Like I'm not wondering what I'm going to decide. What's happening lately is like there can be a change in the decision, and that's also okay. I mean, for example, we are invited to a party, and we said, like me and my partner, my husband, Lubo, we say yes, we will come. We're coming, and then 2 hours before that, there is no energy to go and dress, and there is no energy at all for that, and we just don't go. And of course there is this understanding that some people may feel not good about that, but this is their experience, and I have no problem with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see, when there is behaving from here and speaking from here, from the direct experience, I mean, by here I mean direct experience, this is also from the other side is heard and it's felt because you're speaking your truth as it arises at the moment. You are not speaking some imagining things, like you're speaking what's coming, what's true for you at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good to hear that because I do tend to live my life in the flow. Yeah. Mm.
Mm.
Oh, somebody's calling.
So many lies.
Sorry, somebody
No,
called.
it's okay. There is no, I can't hear anything. It's okay. We have few more minutes.
Okay.
For example, the decision to message me and to get in touch and to make this meeting, how that decision happened? Was it easy or was it, oh, something happened with her? Okay, we'll wait for Becca to appear. I think she pushed accidentally. She leave the meeting just by accident. We'll see. Very interesting topic with the decisions. Mm. I mean, everything which arises can be a pointer, an invitation to look. Literally everything. What's happening now is also an invitation. What's around you? If you feel an impulse, if you would like to take a closer look, reach out. Reach out and ask. You deserve support. You deserve help. Reaching out for support is actually an act of bravery. It's not something like it doesn't mean that here she is, that it is a weakness. Becca is coming. Hello.
Hi.
It was okay. No worries. It was perfect.
Oh, yeah.
I was just sitting here and talking something.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
No, that's okay.
Yeah.
We have
So,
few minutes.
okay. So you were asking about the curiosity to join the call and what
Yes,
made
yes.
me message
How
you. Yeah.
how that decision happened? Was it a easier or a difficult one? How that happened?
Yeah, that was an easy decision because
You see,
yeah.
when there is an inner impulse and curiosity, and there is a lightness, and there is a knowing like what to do.
Definitely. Yeah, that is true. Some decisions happen more quickly and easily than others.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's really helpful to recognize that it isn't in every decision that I'm talking about. It is just when some decisions aren't always clear.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm. So lovely to be with you. Um, I don't know. I have this feeling like so there is so much more than words and than this communication.
Mm. Yeah.
Mm.
Mm. Yeah, I really appreciate you taking the time
Mm.
to speak with me.
Thank you for your openness, willingness to sit like that.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's definitely helped give me more what is the word? Reassurance.
Yeah, and also when we need just a mirror to reflect. Like this is like mirroring happening. You reflect yourself back. I reflect myself back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lovely, lovely. I'm sure that people who are watching this, who will watch this video, they will find something. They will resonate. Because this is for all of us. I mean, it's not, we are not so different in our struggles and yeah, experiences and
Yeah. Yeah, beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm going to stop now the recording.